Welcome to Ghana, possibly the friendliest nation on earth. Until March 6, 1957, when the people of Ghana attained independence from 130 years of British colonial rule, the country was known as the Gold Coast, a name that described Ghana's great wealth in gold and other natural resources that prevail to this day. Today, Ghana is a sovereign, independent republic within the Commonwealth of Nations. It is also an active member of the United Nations, the African Union, and the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS. Ghana is a well-established parliamentary democracy headed by an executive president. The executive and legislature are elected every 4 years under universal adult suffrage. Ghana, which is situated in West Africa, lies 750 kilometers north of the equator and is traversed directly by the Greenwich Meridian, or longitude 0. It is bordered on the south by the Atlantic Ocean and to the north, east and west by the republics of Burkina Faso, Togo and Côte d'Ivoire respectively. Ghana has a total area of 238,305 square kilometers and a population of over 18 million people. Its climate is tropical with two main seasons, the wet season from April to late October and the dry season from November to March. Temperatures average 27 degrees centigrade all year round, with August and September being the cooler months. Ghana's terrain is mostly flat, with its highest elevation at around 500 meters above sea level. The vegetative landscape varies. Its coastal stretch, which extends some 500 kilometers from east to west, is of coconut-lined beaches, grassland, mangrove swamps, and lagoons that drain into the ocean. The middle belt of Ghana is of tropical rainforest with thousands of species of wildlife peculiar to West Africa. Northern Ghana is savanna and scrubland country with its own natural selection of flora and fauna. This is a fertile land watered by many rivers and streams. The mighty river Volta, which springs from the Kong Mountains in neighboring Burkina Faso down the entire length of Ghana, dominates the country's riverine system. The Volta was dammed in the early 1960s at Akosombo Gorge in eastern Ghana to provide hydroelectric power for industry. The resultant man-made lake is one of the largest of its kind in the world, with an area of 8,480 square kilometers. Lake Volta is an important source of livelihood and subsistence to the 4 million and more people who live in its immediate catchment area. In terms of scenic beauty, the Volta Lake is a magnificent sight to behold. Ghana has only one natural lake, the 1 million-year-old Lake Bosomtwi, located in the meteoric crater in the middle belt of the country. Lake Bosomtwi is a rare natural occurrence that supports a unique but fragile ecosystem not found anywhere else on the planet. The country's reputation as one of the most stable and peaceful nations in Africa, and further bolstered by favorable investment laws, has made it an ideal location for many multinational manufacturing and commercial organizations. Investment opportunities abound in Ghana, especially in wood products, tourism, agriculture, light and heavy manufacturing, and real estate. Ghana Stock Exchange is highly regarded internationally. The nation's leading foreign exchange earners are gold, cocoa, tourism, timber, bauxite, manganese, and diamonds. Undisputedly, Ghana's greatest asset is its people, who are renowned the world over for their warmth, hospitality, and above all, resourcefulness. Ghanaians, of whom 70% live in rural areas, belong to quite a number of ethnic groups, all with their attendant dialects, diverse customs, and traditions. Farming, livestock rearing, fishing, food processing, and small-scale trading are predominant occupations in Ghana. Chieftaincy, which predates the arrival of Europeans in West Africa by several hundred years, is a traditional form of government in Ghana and is recognized and accorded a hallowed place in the country's Republican Constitution. There is a National House of Chiefs where issues affecting the welfare of Ghanaians are deliberated. Chiefs in Ghana also preside over the many traditional festivals and durbars that take place throughout the year all over the country. These colorful and picturesque events are both social and religious in content, with a primary aim of promoting unity and development within the various communities and the nation as a whole. Religion plays an important role in the lives of most Ghanaians, a majority of whom are either Christians of many different denominations, adherents of Islam, or followers of African traditional religions. The people of Ghana have an avid passion for music and dancing, be it traditional or contemporary. In fact, traditional forms of music and dance are a distinct language pattern with varying social interpretations within Ghanaian society. Ghana is the birthplace of high life, a contemporary music style enjoyed by many throughout Africa and the world. Ghanaian music reflects the vitality and soul of the African continent. Almost every social gathering is an occasion for music and dancing, so visitors are never too far away to enjoy the distinct and pulsating rhythms of Ghana. In a land of such great hospitality, it goes without saying that one of the ultimate delights of a sojourn in Ghana is its food. Ghanaian cuisine is made up of a wide variety of dishes prepared from some of the finest, most wholesome and exotic ingredients in the art of cooking. Ghana's many hotels, restaurants and local chop bars all offer sumptuous menus for both the discerning and the adventurous. The country is divided into 10 political and administrative regions. The city of Accra, situated on the coast, has been Ghana's capital city since 1877. It is the seat of government. Christiansborg Castle, an old Danish fortress overlooking the Atlantic Ocean, houses the presidency, and Parliament House is home of the legislature. These are public buildings of note and interest in the city. Accra is a bustling modern metropolis of over 2 million people. It is well endowed with luxury as well as great value hotels, excellent restaurants and nightclubs. The city has a range of museums, public monuments, modern business and commercial areas, as well as busy markets and tree-lined residential suburbs ready to be explored. Among the attractions Accra has to offer are the National Museum, with exhibits that reflect the heritage of Ghana throughout history to the present. The National Theatre with its distinctive modern architecture, the Center for National Culture where artifacts are sold, and Independence Square are main landmarks. There is also the Kwame Nkrumah Mausoleum, built to house the mortal remains of Ghana's first president, who was at the forefront of the liberation of Africa, the W.E.B. Du Bois Pan-African Museum, the fishing port of Jamestown, and the Makala Market. The University of Ghana is just 14 kilometers north of Accra, and its uniquely designed buildings, set amongst greenery, are a must for visitors. The Accra International Conference Center is the nation's foremost convention facility and has played host to many international gatherings. Ghana's second city, Kumasi, is the nation's premier center for tradition and culture. It was founded in 1695 by King of Asante, Nanosei Tutu I, the architect of the famous Asante Empire. Today, the city resonates with history and culture. The Manshia Palace, which is the residence of the King of the Ashantis and a regular meeting place of traditional rulers in Ashanti, has an in-house museum of local heritage. The Kumasi Fort and Military Museum houses exhibits from the many campaigns of Ghana's armed forces. Kumasi is also the site of the legendary sword of Okomfanochi, a symbol of Asante's greatness. Kejetia is the largest open-air market in West Africa, where almost everything under the sun is sold. There are numerous craft villages that ring the city, where wood carvings, pottery, cloth, including the famous kente and ornate metal work, are produced. These are some of the major attractions Kumasi has to offer. The city, which is a hive of commercial activity, is home to 2 large breweries that serve the whole country, several large sawmills, and a multitude of small-scale manufacturing concerns. Sekondi Takoradi is the capital of Ghana's western region and is the first modern harbour built in the country. It's the main exit point for the nation's exports and is also a very busy commercial centre. Other principal towns in Ghana are Cape Coast, which was the country's first capital until the 1870s. Koforidua, Ho, Sunyani, Tamale, Bolgatanga, and Wa, which are also capitals of various regions. All these municipalities have their own unique allure, be it commercial, historical, or both. Tema, a new township built in the mid-1950s, is Ghana's main industrial center and port. It's just 20 minutes drive from Accra and has its share of places of interest. Tema is directly on the Greenwich Meridian. Tourism is Ghana's fastest growing industry, and why not? The nation has a surfeit of quality tourist attractions, both natural and man-made, such as the award-winning Kakum Park in the central region with its unusual treetop canopy walkway and almost untouched virgin rainforest that serves as a habitat for many rare species of plants and animals. The Mole National Park in northern Ghana is the largest of the country's several wildlife reserves, with a magnificent array of flora and fauna, including elephants, antelope, and small primates. There are monkey sanctuaries at Wabing Frima in the Brongahafo region and Tafi Atome in the Volta region, while Paga in the Upper East has a sacred crocodile pond. The Bui National Park in the northwest is home to rare species of hippos and birds. Notable scenic attractions in Ghana include several spectacular waterfalls in the mountain ranges of the Volta and eastern regions, fascinating rock formations, caves and grottos all over the country, the lakes Volta and Bosomtwi, and the estuaries of the many rivers that empty into the Gulf of Guinea. Ghana's splendid beaches and resorts along the coast for sun-seekers and lovers of water sports alike. Quite a few European-built forts and castles from the era of the infamous transatlantic slave trade, of which Ghana was the hub, remain in pristine condition along the nation's coast. The most famous of these being the Elmina and Cape Coast castles, which have been designated World Heritage Sites by UNESCO. These, along with the Shanti traditional buildings with their unique exterior designs, the King's Palace at Wa in Ghana's Upper West region, the Paga St. Manso slave route from Ghana's north to the coast are all worth a visit. Accra, the nation's capital, has a superb choice of first-class hotels that offer the best in Ghanaian hospitality. Every region in Ghana has quality accommodation to make guests feel at home. International visitors, tourists and travelers have access to efficient and competent travel services and assistance, including car hire, luxury tours and other arrangements to make their stay worthwhile. Post offices and communication centers abound throughout Ghana. There are several mobile phone networks and internet cafes are in evidence all over Ghana, so it's very easy for visitors to communicate with the outside world at any time, anywhere. Ghana's modern and efficient Kotoka International Airport in Accra is regarded as the gateway to Africa, with many reputable international airlines going to and from destinations on every continent. Ghana's road network, which has improved considerably over the years, makes all the major tourist destinations accessible in some degree of comfort by coach, bus, and car. Akwaba is the Ghanaian word for welcome. Akwaba.